So there's been a ton of news basically coming out specifically with Google Chrome and how it holds up on MacBooks and iMacs and all these other machines. And there's pretty much been a huge, conception. I don't even want to say a misconception of basically how much power is drawn out from Google Chrome. And the other day on Reddit, I was scrolling through Reddit as I always do, and this person tweeted something, or Reddited or posted something along the lines of, Google Chrome is really slowing down your Mac and it could be affecting its longevity or whatever. Now, I will tell you for 100% of a fact, in my experience, Google Chrome does take up a lot more power, not a lot, but does take up noticeably more power and does run down the battery life a little bit faster than Safari. Safari is super optimized for your devices, and even if you use Google Chrome on your iPhone or Android, I'll be honest, it does suck up a lot of battery as well. But I will tell you, based on everything that I've heard and read and all this stuff, I don't really think it's as crazy as some people have been saying. Now, typically, believe it or not, I use both Google Chrome and Safari, and just the thought process of deleting one or the other or using one more than the other is kind of weird, because I will tell you, Google Chrome does things that Safari doesn't do, and Safari does things that Google Chrome doesn't do. And I'll go ahead and basically explain those in a second, but 9to5Mac pretty much pushed out a really good article that I'll link down below, but knowing me, I'll totally forget it, but I'll post it on the screen hopefully. But basically it says, Google Chrome does, take up a bit more power, maybe a little bit more CPU, but it isn't necessarily the case in point. It's not, like 1 + 1 equals 3. It's not necessarily like that. And they do mention the placebo effect in this specific article too, which is very interesting. And I'm doing a horrible job presenting it out, but I'll go ahead and link it down in the description below. Go read it. But second of all, or third of all, whichever one I'm at, bringing back to the point of, the features on both. One thing I love about Safari is its fluidity. I love just how much, just smoothness factor, and also its optimizations for Mac. Apple made Safari and they made it so you can use it for a long time. It's super predictable, and going from one device to the other is a very easy process, and I really like that. Especially using Safari, all my passwords and everything is just saved straight onto Safari, and I like it. It's always smooth, it's always consistent, and I've never really ever had any problems with Safari. I have had problems with Chrome though in the past, random things not working, but I will tell you, the feature set that you have within Chrome is so much better than Safari. There's so many more, plugins available. There's so much more optimizations for it. And one thing I love about Chrome that I don't really like about Safari is that if there's an update for it, there's always so many updates for Chrome, and I don't even know how to update my Safari. I can't update it through the App Store. I think you have to update to the next full version of macOS to get an update for it. There may be updates in the background and stuff, but that's another big thing. I feel like there's way more capability and way more features within Google Chrome over Safari. And if that requires a little bit more power drawn, if that requires a little bit more battery life to be basically, downed or whatever, then I think for a lot of people, including me, I think it's totally okay. But this is the misconception where people think that just because you download Google Chrome or whatever, it's going to totally brick your MacBook or it's going to totally brick your Mac device. That's totally not true. It's going to be a perfectly fine experience. If you use an iMac or something like that, where you're always plugged into power, Google Chrome is probably a no-brainer, or just having it installed on your machine is probably a no-brainer as well. But the other thing that basically the person who posted on Reddit as well, which that was a really good post as well, I think it was very informative. They also mentioned that Google Chrome, even if you're not using it, does suck up power as well. And for that, I honestly don't know. I think that may possibly be the case. I have seen the specific little thing that they talk about, the key task or whatever the thing they were talking about. I have seen that running on my Mac whenever I go to Activity Monitor, and I do have Google Chrome, and I did shut my Google Chrome and that was still running. So I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I don't know if that's, like I said, 1 + 1 = 3. I don't know if that's the case, but I guess we'll see what happens with that. I could be wrong, but maybe it has to do with, how on Androids, typically, even if you open up the Google Play Store and you shut it or whatever, a lot of the Google Play services are still running. That may still be the case. So I totally see that. And if that's the case, then it may be that, Google Chrome still sucks up power even when you're not using it. But I will tell you, if you just started up your Mac and you have a brand new MacBook or whatever, then definitely, try to use Safari if you can. But like I said, the feature set within Chrome is just so high, and I just really appreciate Chrome way more. And I use it a lot more on my iMac than I do on my MacBook, because it does suck up quite a bit of power. But regardless, I would recommend keeping Google Chrome, but the consensus is a lot of people are telling you to delete it, but I'm kind of in the middle when it comes down to it. So that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.